Hello everyone. In the previous lecture, we had the discussion over the perpendicular distance from a point to the line. What is that? If at all there is a point P x1 y1, from that point P, if we need to trace out the distance to the line ax plus by plus c equal to 0, then what is that? Mod ax1 plus by1 plus c by root a square plus b square. These are the perpendicular distance. Let's say this is a point M, PM is equal to this. Please mind this formula because in most of the cases students are unable to remember this. I don't know what is the reason. Very simple result, but still students will be under confusion that making some error. Instead of root a square plus b square, the students are taking root a square minus b square, or root a plus b, something like that. Okay. So this is when we are talking about the distance from a point to the line ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Even I gave you an example also. In the earlier lecture, I already gave you the example for that. Okay. Sure. Now let us see. You please write under the note point that the distance from origin, that is 0 comma 0, to the line ax plus by plus c equal to 0. The distance from origin, that is 0 comma 0, to the line ax plus by plus c equal to 0 is, tell me the same story in here what we have taken from a point P x1 y1 to the line ax plus by plus c equal to 0. The distance is mod ax1 plus by1 plus c by root a square plus b square. Fine. Similarly, here you will consider the given point as some x1 y1. So what will you get? Pm is equal to, in the formula, mod ax1 plus by1 plus c by root a square plus b square. We'll simply substitute x1 and y1 as 0 comma 0. Mod a into 0 plus b into 0 plus c by root a square plus b square. So mod c by root a square plus b square is the distance from origin to the line ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. See how simple? If you are talking about the distance from origin, simply mod c means only constant will be there. Ax term and by term gets reduced because x and y becomes 0. So a into 0 0, b into 0 0. So we will be left finally with root a square plus b square. So therefore the distance from origin to the line is mod c by root a square plus b square. You are supposed to remember all these results I am telling you. Okay. Chalo. Now let's go for another case, that if at all you are given with two parallel lines. I told you very clearly in the previous lectures, two parallel lines differ by only constant terms. Like if at all you have line 1 as ax plus by plus c1 equal to 0, and its a parallel line will be in the form of ax plus by plus c2 equal to 0. These two terms won't get differ. Only the constant terms get differ, because I said you a number of times that if the lines are parallel, their slopes are equal. What is the slope of line 1? Minus a by b. What is the slope of line 2? What should be the slope of line 2 to become this line parallel to this line? The same slope. So that's the reason here these two terms won't get changed. The what terms are there here, the same terms will be there, but they'll get differ by only constants. If at all these constants also equal, then what do we say? They are coinciding lines. You might have learnt in your schooling that in the two lines, if a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2, then we say those lines are coinciding. If at all a1 by a2 not equal to b1 by b2, then the lines are intersecting, having the unique point. If at all a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 not equal to c1 by c2, then those lines are said to be parallel. Here we are talking about that condition only. Okay. Therefore, if we want to talk about the distance between these two lines, means here these two lines are parallel because they differ by only constants here. Then what is the result for that? We are talking about that. Now let's consider that these two lines are the given lines. This is line 1 and this is line 2. We want to talk about the distance between them. Definitely what we will take when we are dealing with distance, we will be taking the perpendicular distance from this point to this point. Let's say this is some point P and this is some point Q. Means from a point P x1 y1, okay, on the line L1 we are taking the distance to line L2, that is ax plus by plus c2 equal to 0. This is the line ax plus by plus c1 equal to 0. Tell me, what is the distance formula? Just now we have discussed. Distance from P x1 y1 to the line ax plus by plus c2 equal to 0 is going to be pq is equal to mod ax1 plus by1 plus c2 by root a square plus b square. What are the coefficients here? A and b. Coefficients of x and y are a and b. So root a square plus b square. But very clearly you notice that x1 y1 is a point on the line ax plus by plus c1 equal to 0. Means this x1 y1 will satisfy line 1. x1 y1 will satisfy line 1 in the sense on substituting x1 y1 in line 1 that will be equal to 0. Therefore what I am going to write, ax1 plus by1 plus c1 is equal to 0. Therefore ax1 plus by1 is equal to minus c1. Please observe properly what I am doing here. First, from a point P x1 y1 to the line ax plus by plus c2, I have taken the perpendicular distance using the previous formula. That is mod ax1 plus by1 plus c2. Because here x and y are replaced by x1 y1, because from x1 y1 we are taking the distance. Plus c2 by root a square plus b square, because the coefficient of x and y here are a and b. Now x1 y1 is a point on the line 1, that is ax plus by plus c1 equal to 0. Since x1 y1 is a point on the line L1, this should satisfy this. Therefore ax1 plus by1 plus c1 must be 0, and hence ax1 plus by1 equal to minus c1. So here this ax1 plus by1 I am going to replace by minus c1. Understand? Now what will I get? Now I will be getting PQ is equal to mod minus C1 plus C2 by root A square plus B square. Okay. Root A square plus B square. Now the same I can write like this, mod C2 minus C1 by root A square plus B square. The same I can write like mod C1 minus C2 by root A square plus B square. Why I can write like this? Even I am taking minus common factor, since it is under modulus, the outcome will be positive. Anyway, we are dealing with distance, so the outcome should not be negative. That is the reason we are taking under modulus. Therefore, the distance between two parallel lines ax plus by plus c1 equal to 0 and ax plus by plus c2 equal to 0 is going to be mod c1 minus c2 by root a square plus b square. Now you have got three different results. One is the distance from a point P x1 y1 to the line ax plus by plus c equal to 0 is mod a x1 plus by1 plus c by root a square plus b square. The distance from 0, 0 to the line ax plus by plus c equal to 0 is mod c by root a square plus b square. The distance between two parallel lines which are in the form of ax plus by plus c1 equal to 0 and ax plus by plus c2 equal to 0 is mod c1 minus c2 by root a square plus b square. Okay, there are the three new results which we have learnt. Chalo, let's take a small problem so that you will have clarity here. Find the distance between the lines. Find the distance between the lines. 3x minus 4y plus 7 equal to 0. 3x minus 4y plus 7 equal to 0. 3x minus 4y plus 5 equal to 0. 3x minus 4y plus 5 equal to 0. Here in the problem specifically it is not mentioned that find the distance between the parallel lines. But we can understand very easily that here the 3x minus 4y, these two are differ by only the constant terms and hence these two lines are parallel. Since the lines are parallel, the distance between the parallel lines, that is PQ, is given by mod C1 minus C2 by root a square plus b square. What is mod C1 minus C2? 7 minus 5, because the constant C1 is 7 and the constant C2 is 5, so that mod 7 minus 5 by root a square plus b square means 3 square plus minus 4 whole square, which is equal to 2 by root 3 square plus 4 square, that is 16 plus 9, 25. Root 25 is equal to 5. Therefore, the distance between the two given parallel lines is 2 by 5. What is there here? Very simple, but only the thing is you are supposed to recall the result what we have derived now immediately, so that without wasting your time you can conclude the problem. Understand? Likewise, there are n number of areas in coordinate geometry which you are supposed to think logically, so that you can close the sum easily without getting delayed. Understand? Chalo, I am just going to give you a problem for homework. Okay. Anyway, you are going to feel this as little complex one, but I request everybody to try with that, so that you will come to know how to face the complicated areas also. Understand? It's a derivation. I can say it's a derivation. Okay. Chalo. Find the area of the triangle formed by the lines. Find the area of the triangle formed by the lines. Find the area of the triangle formed by the lines. Otherwise, write like this. Prove that the area of the triangle formed by the lines. Prove that the area of the triangle formed by the lines y equal to m1x, y equal to m1x plus c1, y equal to m2x plus c2, and x equal to 0. Three lines are there. For three different sides, three lines are given, such as y equal to m1x plus c1, y equal to m2x plus c2, and x equal to 0. Is c1 minus c2 whole square by 2 mod m1 minus m2. c1 minus c2 whole square by 2 mod m1 minus m2. It's a derivation I gave here. Okay. Think properly and try to do it. Don't be panic. Just put your efforts. Okay. So that you will learn how to handle the applications and how to get confidence over them. Understand? Okay. Take another problem. A line is such that 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 its segment between the lines, its segment between the lines 5x minus y plus 4 equal to 0, 5x minus y plus 4 equal to 0, and 3x plus 4y minus 4 equal to 0. 3x plus 4y minus 4 equal to 0 is bisected at the point 1 comma 5. Is bisected at the point 1 comma 5. Obtain its equation. Obtain its equation. Bisected in the sense it gets divided into two equal parts, that's it. Okay, no other meaning here. Okay, please try these two problems. Okay, so that you will come to know the ways of trying the applications. If any anyway, I am going to cover these solutions in the next lecture and take care of them. Okay, go through them and take care of them. Okay, the next lecture will get forward with some more applications in straight lines based on the concepts what are being covered so far. And we'll go for 2 or 3 days only with the problem so that you can build up the confidence here. Understand? Fine. Thank you.